In the small town of Mellowbrook, there was a young boy named Alex, who was known for his cheerful nature and curiosity. Alex attended the local elementary school where he was liked by most of his classmates but was sometimes too energetic in class, which occasionally got him into trouble. Alex's fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Thompson, was a kind-hearted and patient woman who had been teaching for over 20 years. She had a gift for making each subject interesting, but Alex often struggled to pay attention and would interrupt the class, not realizing the impact of his actions. One day, Mrs. Thompson announced a class project about the people who shape our lives. Each student was to choose a person who had a significant impact on them and present it to the class. Alex was puzzled but intrigued. As he pondered over whom to choose, he remembered all the times Mrs. Thompson had helped him. She stayed after school to explain difficult concepts, encouraged him when he felt down, and was always patient despite his interruptions. The day of the presentation, Alex stood in front of the class with a poster filled with pictures and thank you notes. To Mrs. Thompson, he began to speak about how Mrs. Thompson had influenced his life, not only in academics, but also in learning, patience and respect. He talked about specific instances when Mrs. Thompson showed kindness to him and his classmates and how she made learning enjoyable. Alex ended his presentation by publicly apologizing for not always being the best student in terms of behavior. Mrs. Thompson was touched, and there were smiles and a few teary eyes among the students and the teacher herself. The class applauded, and Alex felt a new sense of respect, not just for Mrs. Thompson, but for all his teachers. From that day on, Alex changed his approach in school. He became more attentive, participated respectfully, and encouraged his classmates to do the same. Mrs. Thompson noticed this change and felt a deep sense of accomplishment in her teaching career.